The other ones lived in the wilderness. The king always prepares himself before he can go to them, if he has to go to them in emergency. But if perchance they have to come by themselves, the king is not able to sleep until they leave. The other set of people, the ones they call the scribes, are the lawyers. You know what? The king does nothing except it's written down by way of a statute or some decree. And it is the lawyers that will do that. It doesn't just go writing it, because it is something that stays, something that might cost lives, something that might change destinies. And so, when you look at the references to the performances of those two, the prophets and the scribes, you will see the responsibility that rests on them. But where we are is that in this land, in this our Nigeria, they've failed, and that's part of why we are where we are. But what do we begin to do? Like Pastor already said, the reason he asked me to come to join us today, in the midst of so many other things waiting to be done, is so that, and I'm going to plead with us, whatever we knew about this matter before, let us put it on one side of the table and listen with open mind. By the time we come to the end of the presentation, we probably will have a much different perspective from what we had before, and they are not conjectures. The envelopes that have been put in the hands of a few, we incidentally we couldn't get enough of all the documents. There are 5 documents in them, in the envelopes. And those documents go to the root of what the problem is. If we can relate with those documents, it is within our reach to spread it around on such a scale that those who have been tormented in this union will receive a new life. Something will give way somewhere. We also have there are things that will come on screen, the ones that are in other forms, not easy to print like this, so we could see, because they are all verifiable things. By way of further introduction, yes, I'm a lawyer of 26 years with specialty in jurisprudence, and I've been on this task for quite a while. I set out as a young man to be a military pilot. I should have been flying jet fighters. I read all the physics and chemistry, mathematics of this work, I can still teach them. But by some providence, I ended up in law. And I didn't understand where that was going until in the final year when we took the course. Are there lawyers in this house? Any lawyers, please? It's a practical, and if you have your telephone with you and you have internet access, I will also encourage you to switch it on, because we'll make some quick references to things you can verify. I want you to be able to go back to your station and confront whoever comes to tell you any other thing. It doesn't matter what that person says he is on the matter, you know. We will go from, like doctors will do, diagnosis, prescription, and then the treatment. The reason why things have remained upside down here is that we've not gone to the right diagnosis. Some will say, oh, it's corruption. Far from it. You know how the Western world solve their problems? When they say, oh, it's corruption, somebody will ask, what is corruption? How did it come? Where is it coming from? Your body is hot. Somebody says, is malaria. Somebody was, what is malaria? You then find out it is mosquito that is responsible for it. They will go beyond that. Some of our people will just go and buy a net or buy a broom or something to stop mosquito for one moment. Anybody who wants to solve malaria goes all the way to stopping mosquito from breeding in the neighborhood. It's as simple as that. If you don't, the next mosquito comes, you are down to your malaria. So if you talk about corruption, you have with you right now under this roof where it is coming from. And nothing will change, no matter how much you shout, until it's uprooted. As it is with corruption, so it is with the killings you see the Middle Belt and elsewhere. So it is with the infrastructural decay that you see, whereby there are no roads, nothing seems to be working anywhere. What we've done in the last 20 years, to probe into, because I ended up from the law, I had my bit in court, and I ended up in the oil industry.